My name is Lisa Mike. I'm the Director of Economic Development for the Lower Nicola Indian Band. We're located here in the Nicola Valley, and it's in the heart of the Nlaka'pamux traditional territory. We're a First Nations group that's one of 14 Nlaka'pamux bands in the traditional territory, and there's 1,400 band members. The relationship between Lower Nicola and Trans Mountain hasn't always been, peaches and cream. There's been a lot of back and forth because we insisted on having an agreement that we were confident with. And Chief and Council were not prepared to endorse or sign off on an agreement that our band members were not supporting. The Trans Mountain Expansion Project was coming, and it was up to us to determine what that looked like, what our expectations were on how we were going to frame that out with them, that we were going to be actively participating in the construction, monitoring the project throughout construction, and reporting that back to our members. We hired a really great legal team out of Vancouver. We armed ourselves with a lot of educated people that would provide us reviews of all documents that we felt were critical to the decision-making process. We had incredibly high expectations of delivering an agreement to our leaders that they would feel very confident in signing off on. The vision of our leaders was to be able to provide and sustain a livelihood, a better quality of life for our band members, the ability to do capacity building, the ability to employ people, the opportunities to start small business, the opportunities to be able to fund education and training programs. We have 1,400 band members, and we have to be actively seeking and looking for ways to provide an opportunity for better education. So following the completion of the agreement, the construction of the project, there was a large influx of people that came to contract and work on the Trans Mountain pipeline. It also contributed a great deal to the economy in the Nicola Valley, not to mention, the LNIB economy as well, right? Because we participated through great lengths of the construction under our own companies, as well as joint venture partnerships we completed throughout the duration of the project. Band members were very eager to participate in the construction of the project. Capacity was one of the things that really prevented some of our entrepreneurs to secure procurement opportunity. But as the project grew closer and closer, a number of LNIB members were incredibly anxious and excited to participate. There were training opportunities, and the general contractor that was assigned to our area was Saveris Murphy. They bent over backwards to help. Saveris Murphy had provided every opportunity to employ members during construction. I observed community members get employed, be able to provide for their families, the ability to purchase vehicles to get them to and from work. A better standard of living is what I observed as a result of their participation in the construction of the project. I think the enduring legacy for this project is the fact that the Lower Nicola Indian Band, through our development corporation, will own and operate the Kingsville transmission line, which is a long-term project that we negotiated with Trans Mountain. So it's a 27-kilometer transmission line that we will own and operate. The benefit to that is it's a utility It's owned by First Nations. That's something that's incredibly rare. There's that aspect. The other piece is the annual payments that will come as a result of the project will benefit children, youth, and adults, as well as our elders, right? It'll sustain educational programs. It'll benefit our elders in terms of us having the capacity and the ability to offset things as like utilities, right? Heating utilities in the winter months. So even before construction was halfway through, I was already chasing and looking at other projects that we could pick up and work on following the completion of Trans Mountain. Two files in particular that I started working on after the construction began was a solar project. There are two utility grade solar projects that will benefit LNIB for 40 years. The advice I would give to other nations is to ensure that you have a great working relationship with your leaders, chief and council, and that you engage with your members to provide the support that you need in making good, long-lasting decisions that are going to impact today's members and the generations yet to come. Educate yourselves, do a lot of research, talk to neighboring bands, talk to people outside your community, ask questions. Do what you need to do to understand the project and rely on your elders for guidance and direction. What was key to our success? I believe that it was the support of our band members, right? There was, there was a great deal of animosity towards the project, and through that animosity, I think it gave the people that were negotiating the agreement the drive to carry this through and to address all the concerns of our members before we signed an agreement. We take pride in how we participated in this agreement and the construction of the project, and a lot of benefits have spun off as a result of this agreement. Being able to get a job and be trained to do a job and to be able to provide for your family is something that all people are incredibly proud of. And we're proud that they were able to do that.